Hey guys, Jack on Wrist here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about Rolex prices, but more specifically, pre-owned or secondhand market Rolex prices, and answering the question if it's the right time to buy a secondhand Rolex right now. Now, we've seen some huge fluctuations in Rolex prices over the past couple of years, at least specifically on that secondhand market. Looking at the start of the pandemic, I think that's when we really can pinpoint the beginning of some of these changes. A lot of people obviously needing to liquidate their luxury sort of unneeded items for cash. We're selling Rolex watches at a pretty deep discount, and a lot of people were able to benefit from that, myself included. I know I bought a couple different Rolex models during the course of the beginning of the pandemic that were really a great price, that we're selling for much less than what you could buy them for today. And then as time went on, as things started to normalize a bit, prices were boosted higher and higher, and in my opinion, they were actually starting to get higher than they were pre-pandemic. I think a lot of the desire for those watches back in those people's collections that sold them was starting to take over. Some people I saw were chalking it up to stimulus checks. Again, I'm not really 100% an expert on that, but there was, for a variety of reasons, a increase in Rolex prices, higher and higher over the course of about a year and a half, it felt like. And just over the past 6 months or so, we've seen a degradation in those prices. They've gone significantly lower. I have a couple key figures to look at here pulled up that are really interesting to look at. So I'm looking at watchcharts.com here, and they have a couple of cool metrics to look at when looking at the market price of overall brands and also just specific watches, but looking at just pre-owned / secondhand market Rolexes in general here. It looks like over the past 6 months, we've seen a percent change of about 20% in those prices. Over the past 3 months, it's about closer to 7%. And then in the past month or so, we've seen the percentage change lowering by about 2%, which is a pretty big change here in pre-owned Rolex prices. Again, especially looking at that 6-month window, we've seen a huge change, about 20%. And so that would sort of beg the question, is it the right time to buy? I mean, we're seeing a huge lowering of prices, and I think that's a logical question to ask. But if you're asking me, and I'm just theorizing here, I think it's probably the best move to just watch and wait to make a decision. It might seem like the right time currently to go ahead and purchase a Rolex, and I'm not saying it's bad to do that, but I think that there is still a little more room for the prices to go down even lower. I know that the curve has flattened a bit and the percentage change has been significantly reduced, but I think if you're someone in the market for a pre-owned Rolex on that secondhand market, I would still just wait a bit longer and monitor these prices and just see where they go, and maybe check every week or so and just kind of see how those trends are shaping up. I'd like to know what you guys have to say about this. I think there's a lot of speculation and just personal thoughts that go into a decision like this, and trying to analyze the market. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think? Do you think it's the right time to buy currently? Do you think prices are going to go up higher in the near future? Or do you think that it's the right time to just continue to wait and see if these prices can't go a bit lower? Now, of course, this is really nothing to do with the new market. If you're someone who's in the position to buy a brand new Rolex at retail, I think it's still very safe. Obviously, Rolex is still one of those brands, unlike Omega and Breitling and some of their competitors, that really keeps its value so well at retail. Obviously, most of their watches still reselling for more after retail, and I think the retail side of it is still very much protected. I think that's still a very safe transaction if you're in the market for that. I know I'm in a position right now where I'm on a wait list for a Rolex Explorer 124270, and I still feel really good about buying that at the current moment in time, in terms of market prices and a long-term investment. But obviously the pre-owned market and that secondary market, sort of the same thing here, they're separate, and I think it's important to acknowledge that part of it as well. And again, I ask you, what do you guys think? Do you think prices are going to continue to be lowered? Do you think they're going to bounce back up? And let me know what reasons you have for thinking that. I'm curious what goes into your personal thought process in making that decision about where the market's going. Again, this is something that's pretty subjective in my opinion, but if you have some sort of data points or anything you want to point out, I'd love to hear it. Finally here, if you're someone who's interested more in the market of watches and analyzing that, I recommend you check out watchcharts.com. That's the website I was using today. They have some pretty cool free services to look at the prices of individual watches and brands. And they also have a subscription service, and they have some extra features there. So if you're interested in that, you can use my coupon code JackOnWrist for 20% off your membership for the first year. Again, no pressure at all on that, but if you think it's a valuable thing, at least either on the free side or on the subscription side, I definitely recommend you check it out. That being said, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video or found it informative in any way. I'm really excited to produce more content for the channel. I want to restart this channel up and get it, really going. I have some exciting things coming up in the near future. I mentioned the Rolex Explorer that's on the way, hopefully in the next coming months. But beyond that, I want to break down any news, any information that comes out about the watch world. I really want to be on top of it, so please stay tuned for any new content. All right, that's pretty much it, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.